How have you been?
Me have been good.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good.
Well done.
Yes. Hello, Grace.
Hello. Well, what a short notice. Very short notice.
I know.
Well, you have to give us enough notice.
That's right. I remembered I did not forward it. When I sent it to you.
Yeah.
No, it went out in the morning when we were having a conversation.
Oh.
Then realized I haven't forwarded it to you.
Okay. Okay. Well.
But it went out through somebody else, not me.
Okay.
But I thought, well, even if it's few of us, we are going to have a very productive conversation.
Yeah. I think Doris was trying to get on from Ghana. She called me and then.
Oh.
Yeah. She's in Ghana. Doris.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she was struggling and she called me, but it went off. So I don't know.
Okay. So she was trying in the morning?
Just now.
Oh, okay.
So hey. I don't know.
I hope she manages.
Oh, well. Now, what more? Have you forwarded it to Diane?
Do you know I've not forwarded to Diane because I wasn't sure how she will given us the short notice.
It doesn't matter. You have to try. and then Judy, she's interested in books as well. So you can
really?
Yeah, she's also writing a book, I hear.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We needed to hear from such.
Yeah, so please forward it to her. Judy, and then Diane. You can do that. Diane was at the thing this morning.
I saw her.
Yeah, and Diane, she's waiting for you to tell her about your books.
I told her I'll give her a call tomorrow when we have enough long time to have a chat.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm just thinking if I send them now and we are on it, it might look like I'm pushing them.
No, just send it. It could be last minute thing. They can do it later, yeah.
Really?
Send it, it doesn't matter.
Wow, it's 5 minutes past.
Well,
let me plan to send it to them for the next session.
Right, okay.
Otherwise, we need to look very organized. Although I didn't know we are.
You've been busy. You've been busy.
But that would be it will be a
why is our lovely old man?
Eh?
Why is our lovely old man today?
I know, Ben. I also didn't send it to him because I thought
so we blame you. It's your fault. It's your
so they are not in the group.
They although they are in the other group, I usually send personalized.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yes. But I thought also I might think, last minute. But anyway, we'll have a good conversation. Yes. And especially from you, nurses.
We shall see.
How have you been, Grace?
Well, busy, extremely busy.
Can we see your face because we're just the three of us? We can have a chat.
You'll see my face soon. Because I just received this thing, so I need to organize. I was preparing a Bible study as well. You'll see my face. Well,
I don't blame you, Grace.
I have a Bible study at 7:30, so I was reading the Bible, and then this came.
Okay, so there you are. There is Grace.
I didn't know at all about this. It's last minute. It just came within the last half an hour. So
yeah, I think I want you to the group of the book forum thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that way. I know it's not very busy. It's only for this, for this reading thing.
Right.
But it would be nice so that if I don't send it to you on time, you can still see it.
Yeah, I don't think
this.
I'm not
Yeah,
there.
this happens every last Thursday of third Thursday of the month, isn't it, Veronica?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, third Thursday of the month.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Veronica, here I am. Can you see me now?
I can see you now. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Just
you look
busy.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh dear.
We
Thank
are
you.
very
Thank you.
yeah.
You know, Grace has been very busy. I must speak for you now, Grace.
Yeah,
Grace
please.
has been very busy validating. Is it validating?
Yeah.
PIN.
A week ago I did it. Yeah. But I've been busy and with all sorts of, families and all activities on top. So yeah, I've been very stressed.
Where do you work, Grace?
Where do I work?
Mm.
Well, I have retired at the end of the year, December. Yeah. I was working, I'm a health visitor. I'm a nurse, and I was working in the community. Windsor Ascot and Maidenhead community. Yeah. I was looking after the babies and their mothers.
That suits you. That
Yeah.
role suits you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. But thank God I have retired after 53 years of nursing. So I have retired at the end of December. But I still want to keep my registration going.
Yeah, because you can work like 2 days a week or one, or I don't know.
Yeah. And it was due at the end of September, but you need to do all sorts of stuff.
I know.
I did that, so I've done it. So
Well done.
I'm registered for the next 3 years.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to know it's there, even if you don't work at least, but
Yeah.
it's good to know it's there and it's valid.
Yeah, that's what I've done. Yeah.
Yes. Well done.
You know, that is what inspired me so much this week, Grace.
Yeah.
To hear that you have been, and I could see how busy you are trying to work on it.
Yes,
It
I
really
will.
inspired me.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Glad. Yes.
Yeah. And so when we talk of being financially free,
Freedom, yeah.
or financial freedom, to me, you are a clear example of what that means.
Right. Okay.
Because you've created wealth, not just money over the years.
Yes. Thank you.
That is why you are able to travel. You told me you have traveled in over 50 countries.
Yeah.
In the world.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been to. Let's go. Backwards. Before the lockdown, the last place I went was India, Mauritius, and Dubai. And in the summer of that year, I went to Las Vegas, Hollywood, and Grand Canyon.
Wow.
Yeah, and a year before, I did a Mediterranean cruise. And then I did Hong Kong, Vietnam, Singapore, and whatever on a cruise as well. And I've been to Thailand.
I'm getting excited.
I've been to Thailand, New Zealand, and Australia, and all sorts of places.
Yeah.
Your country, Kenya. Long time ago, in the 70s, 80s, or what? Yeah, and Uganda, and Canada, Montreal, and all sorts of places.
Wow, you have really traveled.
I have, by the grace of God. It's not by my mind. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been to. I have to put them down, write them, and then call them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an achievement. There are people who never leave their village.
Yeah.
Even in this country,
Veronica,
you might think it's Africa.
Veronica, when I tell you of the power of networking, is exactly this. We are networking and hearing this.
Thank you.
Says we are also.
Yes, we're gonna travel. I think I'm really feeling, this is what I need to do in especially as I wind down to get to retirement age.
Yeah.
Start going places,
Yeah.
See the world, because this life is very short.
Yes.
And what I've realized here, even in this UK, you might think people travel here, although they like holidays, but there are people who actually never leave there. You know, in Devon, they have never left Devon even to come to London.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
And sometimes we shortchange ourselves. We look at our color and then we think, but you know what? Coming here, talking their language, surviving here, being able to go, it's quite an achievement.
Wow, I always say that, you know.
Yeah.
Getting
Well
on
done.
the plane, you know, and living our, you know, environment, you know.
Yes.
We should clap for ourselves.
Oh,
We
yes.
should really clap for ourselves, I tell you.
It's an achievement. We live the comfort of Africa. The sunshine, all our food and all that. And we are here.
We're very strong people. It's just that we undermine ourselves.
We do.
We underrate ourselves.
Yeah.
Mm.
We don't have.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually what you have said there are people who have never left their village to London.
Yes.
And London is like, you know, walking to your primary school those years.
Yeah.
And the what do you call it? The transport system is easy. It's not like Africa.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'll try to forward this to Judy and Diane and see whether they will join. I'll try, you know.
Let them come and tell us more. I was so privileged to meet Diane. To hear Diane's story on Tuesday. Was it on Tuesday? Yes.
Yeah, she was there today.
Diane, she is running 2 nursing homes or 3.
Yeah, she's a big woman. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll send this to her.
So,
and then Shreka, you know.
You might teach us a bit more on this being financially literate. Veronica, I think you need to join our Tuesday conversation.
What's about the Tuesday conversation?
It's about life's journey reflections. Yes, this is where we hear how people have gone on to do great things. It was in that forum I realized, or I got to know Diane is an entrepreneur.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, running 2 nursing homes in the times we are in.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Her own 2 nursing homes.
I wonder how she has survived with the COVID and the way, you know,
it's quite an achievement.
She is. She has. She's a great lady.
Wow. Powerful.
Yeah.
So it's good we are rubbing shoulders with the right people, Veronica.
We should be saying that about you and Veronica. You have written books, and you know, I haven't written a chapter. As we were saying, we don't value ourselves, we don't appreciate ourselves. You have to, you know, walk with your head high.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Yes. Yeah. And Grace, I know you have met Veronica a few times. Do you? And I know you dealt a lot with leukemia.
Not leukemia. I didn't do anything with leukemia because I've done a lot with elderly people.
Okay.
And then children from one end to the other.
Right.
And then health visiting, which is baby.
Yes.
The first 5 years, and then elderly, because I did run a nursing home as well for 5 years, and I work at Optin for 15 years. So Optin is rehabilitation elderly.
Okay.
From acute hospitals, they come there, be rehabilitated before they go home.
Wow.
You know, so I got about 15 years of elderly care, and I've done you know about 15 years of health visiting as well, and plus general nursing. You know, also I've done midwifery as well. I have taught in the School of Nursing in Ghana.
Okay.
Before I left, I shared this in one of the forum. Yeah. Before I left Ghana, I was teaching. at the School of Nursing.
Uh-huh.
When I came here, like Constance said,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go into that. I went back to the world and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah, very rich knowledge. So you have seen, you've done the whole human life.
I have.
To elderly.
To the grave, yeah.
Oh yeah, to the grave. All right.
I have, yeah. I have.
Yeah.
Continue from one end to the other. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
So when we talk of life being a journey, it's very real to you.
Yeah, from birth to the grave. Yeah.
Fantastic. I was about to say, Veronica is a big woman as you see her there.
I know. You, Veronica, you are big women, and you should be shouting.
I don't know where she's getting that from, but
both of you are women, big women, and we have to shout so that the Black community will know you are there to be their role models. But if you don't, who lights a light and put it on the bush? You light and put it
and put it there at the top. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Grace has challenged me this week big time. Yeah.
I always, Grace, I always tell Cicely, because Cicely, she's a community lady. Yeah? I've been telling her even to stand for a councillor in your area, in Reading.
Yeah. Oh. People see you are champions. So
you're a champion.
You too. So, let the Black community see you and they will copy you. You'll be a role model.
Wow.
White people, they don't do that. They let everybody know they are there. Even young ones, they just finish school, they come to the office and you think they've worked all their life.
The units.
They make noise. We are here. You want to hear you. Then we follow. And then our young ones, you'll be their role model. They aspire to be like you. But all this knowledge, you are quiet about it, it's not fair.
Oh, that's a positive challenge.
Yeah, so do something. Let the young ones see you so that they will copy you. Yeah,
it's true sometimes. What you're saying is true.
Yeah.
Our children do need to see good examples
of of their own color, and then they will aspire to be like that. So please do something.
True, yeah, very true. Yeah, I mean, this financial literacy conversation, I think, how are you finding it? How, in terms of, I mean, for me, I can say it has benefited me hugely.
Yeah.
It pushes me to go and explore further on what I need to educate myself more on, and to try to venture into areas that are more, will bring, is it what we call it? Will bring wealth, as opposed to what the richness itself. And as I was reading that book, as I continue to read, think at what? Grow rich.
Grow rich.
Yes. Now, it talks a lot about mindset, changing the mindset, which is a big thing.
Yeah.
And then I also learned the other day that an average millionaire, actually most of the millionaires have more than 7 income streams.
Right.
So for me, that was like, you mean, you see somebody else, is doing well, very rich, and you think that you're only focusing on one thing. So to know that they have more than 7 income streams was like, yeah, it challenged me to think broadly and do more than I'm currently doing. Yeah. So it is a book that continues to challenge me. There was one at some point, it was talking of emotional spending based on fear and greed. And I tried to analyze the two and thought about the times I've gone out, spending, mostly out of emotions.
Yeah.
And when I come back and I start now reflecting, and I'm like, so why did I have to do that? And it's too late.
You are not alone. You are not alone.
Not alone, my sister.
Yeah.
This is a women thing.
Yeah. It's a women thing.
You see a shoe that you don't need, but it's so nice, and you buy.
Yeah. Yeah. My house is full of stuff, and I looking at them, I said, I must have been depressed to have bought so much. But if I were to sell these things, I'll be a millionaire. They are useless now. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Boxes of shoes you haven't worn. Now I can't wear them because they are high heels and all sorts of stuff.
I know.
And then these clothes, they are all there, full. You are not alone.
I also see some shoes I don't wear.
Yes.
And just sometimes I ask myself, why did I buy this one? Gosh. Anyway, yeah, you're right, Cicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what helps a human being is really discipline. It's really knowing what you want, and really, really having discipline.
Yes.
And commitment. Because sometimes we all know what we want, what we aspire, what we dream of, but really putting that plan into action and having consistency, consistent habits to make us achieve that goal is what really, really fails us. If it is saving, we know saving, compound saving and all that. We don't. So you save, and then after some time you dip on your saving and
buy those rubbish. It's hard. It's hard.
It's sad, and that's what makes all of us. Most people fail. If you look at these people who succeed, even those ones you're saying with 7 streams of income.
Income streams.
Income streams. If you look at their background, there is discipline.
Yeah.
There is commitment.
Yes.
There is hard work, of course. But even them, if they lack discipline in how they manage what they get, they always also go back down the ladder.
Yes.
Because we have seen people who become very rich with all those streams, and then if they're not careful, then they go down, So discipline, I think, is the key, and I think that is where most of us fail.
Yeah, it's discipline. You are right, discipline.
Very good.
Yeah, saying that the whole year since pandemic, I haven't bought anything new, so I'm getting there. I'm disciplined. I'm getting.
You have been forced to discipline.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
Yeah. You know what I did?
There was a day I went shopping. There was a day I went shopping.
Yeah.
And I thought, I haven't spent anything much during COVID, so I might as well buy, What a silly thought,
You are not alone. I did the same.
Yeah.
I did the same. And it's really nice, Dr. Ambe. Today we must see your face.
Yeah, Dr. Ambe, it's a long time, Dr. Ambe.
It's a long time. Let's see each other.
Yes.
Yeah, on nephew.
Yeah, what about Dr. Kanina and all that? You didn't send them, Tombe and the rest.
Tombe, I don't know what. Yeah, it was late. Maybe that's why. But
you didn't send them. They can come for 10 minutes and whatever. It's better than
Dr. Hambe, please say hello to us today.
Dr. Abe, we are waiting for you.
We want to hear about that, the newly published book.
Has she published a book too?
Hassan Musa.
Oh yeah, Musa, okay.
And maybe she's not in a place to say hello to us. But if you can, please do, Dr. Abe. And if possible, we see your face.
I say, you guys just talk, you are not actioned.
What? No, we action. Tell us. This is why we need to know, to learn.
No, but listen. None of you came to sign in.
Where? When? You didn't invite.
You didn't come to sign.
Well, I wasn't invited.
Can we see you? Can we see you? I've never met you.
You've never done what?
I've
never met you, and I didn't know about the book signing as well.
Me too, I didn't know.
Then it is Cecily's problem. Cecily should have said it. But
I didn't know. I would have come.
Listen. I was very surprised because I was very surprised that a lot of Black people didn't turn up. They were old English people. They turned up with their children.
Well, when was that?
Yeah, on the 3rd of September, you know.
You didn't invite me. I would have come.
No, Grace, this thing was all over in the news. Grace, I'm really sorry because I think a person like you would have come. But it's a book. Listen, it's a book that talks about Ian Wright. I'll tell you more. I'll send you the detail in the book. It
was actually in the breakfast news.
Yeah, it was all over in the news. They were there for 2 weeks, all over in the news. And the newspaper, The Guardian, The Observer, the ITV, Morning Breakfast.
Yeah.
Because Ian Wright has written a story of himself, but Musa authored it as Jerome, calling the young boy, the young man Jerome. And he's written it for 8 to 16-year-olds to read the book. Yeah. But Ian Wright want to show the children that despite the hardship and the difficulties at home, because they had a very, very difficult home, really, very, very bad. But he wants to show the children that you can succeed, and there are some people out there who can also support you, like the pastors in the church, some people in the football field, the managers, and some other people in the community who are there sometimes to support the young children and not to withdraw, because he just want to point out that, and Musa himself, because Musa was an orphan at 4 years old, and I brought him up by myself. But Musa saw a talk on television about Eton College, and he told his teacher to go and take him to Eton to have a look and enter. I didn't even know Musa had entered. I had joined Eton actually. So the teacher from school took Musa to see Eton, and they got him on the general list. They just made him pass the exam, and they got him in. So I think, and then Musa kept himself busy. Yeah. Sometimes playing football with the children in the local park. There was a lot of racial name calling, and sometimes they were harassed with his sisters. And then even when he went to Eton, Musa has written another book, one of them actually, about Eton College, is his experience. So even there, Musa had time in the prep school before coming to Eton. At Eton, things were hard because some children were really bad, even some of the teachers. But he said there, even some teachers were very nice. They would defend him. They would defend them, because being the poorest boy in school, sometimes some children seem to make fun and things like that. But Musa said there were teachers who literally defended them, who literally looked out for them, like the housemasters, some of the teachers there, and some children tried to help as well. But I think they were all trying to say that, despite all the hardship, you can achieve, because for Wilson to have gone to Eton, gone to Oxford, did law, he was working with the top firm Lovells. They even employed him before he got the exam. Wow. And he worked with the Lovells. He decided now to be a writer. So Musa is writing a book. He's writing a lot of books for football celebrities. And he himself, he wrote one on Raheem Sterling as well, you know that. So Ian Wright, this is the big one. But they're literally telling children that you can occupy yourself with some other activities, because Musa found that he played a lot of football in Sunningdale Prep School, at Eton, he played football for the school. At Oxford University, played football for Oxford because it was at St. John's College. He played football. When he went in the law firm, he also played football for the law firm in London. So they're all trying to say how getting yourself involved into some kind of activities, you know, you can get lost into your own world and still you succeed. So I think that there's a film coming up, actually. I think they're going to do a film so that the young people, not just Black people, but really minorities, even some, you know, some English people, whatever, they're also having hard time. Some children have hard time at home. Some of the Black people have hard time. They see all the young people, you know, their hard time sometimes, particularly at home, because when you read that Ian Wright's book, it was really, really, really a hard time at home because the father died when he was about 4 years old or something. And then this stepfather, and the mother tried her best, but the mother, I think, you know, children are very clever. They don't want to say bad things, but from talking to Musa, I think there's more to it than what they've written. They don't want to make it sound so bad. So because children have got to read this book to enjoy it also. You don't want to put too many bad things there for the children to read and get scared, you know? So if you had written it for us adults only to read it, it would be different. But I've read the book, they've written a very, very clever way so that psychologically the children can adapt to it and learn to read and finish the book and enjoy it at the same time. You know what I mean? So they were enjoying Ian Wright's success as well, and then encouraging children to be loved. And then they said that the fundamental thing for children is love and education. End of it, they said it is love and education. There was a big write-up in the Observer on Sunday last week about Ian Wright and Wills and Musa. There was a big write-up in the Observer. I've got the Observer, but I read that it's like a whole book itself being written in the center page with the, you know, under spots. So it is something for young children to read, really. Very nice.
That needs to come to go to as many communities as possible, because that in itself is wealth. You know,
he's going, you know, Ian Wright has been going to schools. The first place he went to was his old school. So he and Musa have been traveling to Ireland, Scotland, and England and Wales. They have been going to schools and talking to children, and the children are very, very excited. Even the children who came for sign up, they were really excited because I know Ian Wright is Arsenal, but you know, my nephew, you have to sign the book and then they want you to sign something that you like, and they don't support Arsenal, they support Chelsea. So I bought them some Chelsea t-shirt, and you should have seen Drogba's name was on that Chelsea football team. So can you imagine Ian Wright signing under Drogba? But it was really nice. I think more celebrities should be doing this to young people, you know, because there are so many young people out there. So many young people out there.
So many. I mean, who would have
so
thought?
So many, Cecily.
Who would have thought this? The young boy who was racially abused for football, his work would be part of the school curriculum. You know, from a poor family background. But thrived. You know, now he is in the school curriculum for his work.
And that's what we've been saying before you came on, Dr. Abby. I was telling Cecily and Veronica to go around the schools and talk to them about their books, so that the children will see role models. As you know, as
Grace, another good one is that, you know, that of Raheem Sterling as well, the one Musa.
That's it.
That, I don't know if you read that one. That one is really nice because Raheem and his mother and sister, how they worked together as a team, how the sister supported Raheem, how they used to walk from from North London right up to South London, on the bus, on the train, they change, and for nearly 2 hours that way, 2-3 hours back. And the sister was always sitting there waiting for him. And then the mother, they were all going together to clean the toilet in the hotels where the mother worked, and you say, oh no, my mom, I wish my mom could never do jobs like this, because Rahim himself had to go and clean the toilet in the hotel. And Rahim's father was, his father died when he was, I think, 6 years or something. And he came from Jamaica. So things were really hard for them at home. But how they worked together as a team, and how Rahim at school, there are two things I picked up. One from school, when Rahim was so difficult and he only wanted to know the ball, and he didn't want to care about school work. And the teacher advised him, he said, Rahim, you know what? You must concentrate on minor details. And Rahim said from that time, when the teacher gave him punishment for that, he went and found out in football, you still have to mind the details, how you're going to kick the football and succeed. And then the next thing I liked a lot, Rahim was being signed up by Arsenal as a young man, I think at 16, 17. And then the mother said, Rahim, you know what? Don't go for the big team, because there are so many Rahims in that big team. Go for the smaller team. So he listened. He was not some young people who could have just ran away and gone and joined. So he went and joined I don't know what team it was, but one of those minor teams that was not very well known, not Arsenal, Man U, or Manchester City, whatever. So he listened to his mom, and he went and played in that team. And then that's when he started getting really famous, and he was picked up for the big team. So what I'm saying is that he listened to his mom for the advice the mother gave at that level. Some children, because being Arsenal, they would have just ran away from mom and get carried away and don't listen to mom. You know what I mean? So when he got his first big pay, the first thing he did, Cecily, can you guess?
He paid the mortgage off.
No, he bought a big house for his mom.
I crash fund.
So there's so many good things that the young children can learn from this writing, from this writing, and it's particularly targeted 8-year-old. I don't know how Musa wrote this book, because the young people in my surgery, whenever they come, they say, oh, Dr. Abe, the book is so nice, and they're 9-year-olds. And I thought this book is so classy because it looked like adults' book. Cecil, I've read that book 4 times now. But I was thinking to myself, because when Musa writes scripts, sometimes he send me the hard copy, the copy that's not been published yet. Said, Mommy, read and see what you think. But the real book, I've gone through it 4 times. One of my partner has borrowed the book, found it in my room. She took it. I said, hey, when are you bringing back my book, the Rahim Sterling one? She said, Dr. Abe, I read it. I'm reading it again. Because I think the life, it actually, to tell you the truth, it's like a life to us as well, mothers as well. I think a lot of mothers and fathers should read this book, because there are some mothers there, they don't know what their children are going through, because sometimes children don't tell you things, you ladies. Sometimes children don't tell us things. Sometimes children don't even tell the doctors and nurses what's going on. They think they're big men, They think they're big men. They don't want to talk about it. They want to get on with it. And they're literally, what do you call it? They literally try to be little masters, little boys. They're little boys, but they want to be big men. You know what I mean? They don't want to talk about it. So
especially teenagers, isn't it? They think
Grace, you as a health visitor, how sometimes it's so difficult to get things from these young people, isn't it? So now they're writing it in their book. They said, why? We mothers said, why? So they are trying, like Musa, for instance, he never even told me that when he was going on the bus with his sister, Pamela, the older sister. He didn't tell me that they were calling them names there in West Drayton.
Oh dear.
Yeah. They didn't tell me, but now they talk about it. And those writing swastikas and all those sort of things. And but the children don't. I think even if you're not busy, sometimes they still think they can still manage it themselves. But I mean, fortunately, him and Rahim and Ian Wright, they have succeeded in their own way. Yeah, because like Musa now lives in Berlin, but Musa succeeded so well in his own way. By the way, I don't ask him for his money, but I think one day I have to,
I mean, well, that's another debate altogether.
Huh?
It's another debate altogether. But
No,
I'm sure you have taught him well.
To ask the money to give it to me. but
it's another. This is why we are talking about money. Are you still there, Dr. Abe?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah. Can we see your face now?
Can you see? I can see your face. Because I don't know how to show my face.
Can we see?
Oh, yeah. Do video.
Put your camera on.
Video.
Let's see.
Put the video.
Start the video.
Yeah. Oh, there you are.
You now. Well, yeah. You look good. You look good.
You do.
We haven't seen you for a while now. You look
better.
I thought you didn't want us to see you.
No.
She didn't know how to put it on. You look very good.
So you could, you have not met Veronica?
No.
Veronica is a psychotherapist, so you need her in your surgery.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you? How are you?
Veronica, so how many of you are there?
You're still sitting very far away from the camera.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
How I can see you.
I'm just sitting knocked up.
Yeah?
I'm just sitting knocked up.
Yeah, we can see you.
Let me go in my back garden.
Nice to meet you.
I like the hair.
Let me see if I can go in my back garden.
It's okay. Stay there because you never know what to happen.
You don't have to go to the cold.
No,
stay. Can you sit down? I'm in my back garden.
Don't go there. Stay where you are.
I'm now in my back garden.
Okay.
Are you not cold there?
No.
Wow. Nice to meet you.
I'm in my back garden now.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah, it's green. It's green.
I walk here the whole day.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You look good. You look good.
I don't even have to go to work. To walk outside, I walk here. So how is everybody anyway?
Yeah, we are fine.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Now Veronica can tell us about her. Veronica can tell us about her and the KK.
Okay.
Veronica.
Yeah, so tomorrow we are having an event where we're talking about bereavement. People have lost their loved ones recently due to COVID and all that. So many people have been undergoing a lot of loss. So we thought of having this event where we can talk about grief and bereavement and how to process grief.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got 3 wonderful ladies who I've got a panel who will be discussing that issue.
Right.
Just to see, you never know who we can help.
Okay. So where are you having that?
On Zoom.
Okay. So could we have it now before it's too late? What was the Zoom number?
Cicely, would you the Zoom? Okay, I'll give you the Zoom number.
Yeah. And whatever.
I will forward you the Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can forward you the link.
Yeah, wonderful. Could we have it in good time so I can send it to people?
To people, yeah. Yeah. Cicely shared it with Grace so that she can share.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I'll share it with you, Grace.
Today,
send it
today because it's tomorrow, so that at least you have time.
Yeah. If you share it today, I'll be able to share it around.
What time tomorrow?
7 p.m.
Oh no, I'm doing. Oh no, 11 a.m.
No, 7 p.m. in the evening.
Oh, 7 p.m. Okay.
In the evening.
If I get the invite today, I'll be able to pass it around. Yeah.
I can miss my prayer, but we pray every day anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Send me the link.
Grace, I have sent it to you.
Wonderful.
Oops. And Dr. Amber.
Send me the link.
Yeah, I'll send it now to my people.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay, thank you.
Have you sent me, Cecily?
I'm sending it now.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe you can share it on your networks, just in case there is anybody who can benefit.
I've sent it now.
Yeah, I'm sending it now to the people, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, who is
It's a
stuck
beautiful
with grieving.
conversation. It's a difficult one, but most needed.
Yes. You know, we are always afraid of talking about these things.
Yeah.
But we struggle from them anyway, even if we don't want to talk.
Yeah.
About what? About
bereavement.
About bereavement?
Yeah.
Loss.
Loss and bereavement.
It's too much, you know?
I know.
So, some of these losses in whether COVID or post-COVID, it's just becoming so unusual. You know, so unusual. You know, a pastor in the church where I was, it's only 40, I think it's 45. The man is healthy, fit, he has never been in hospital, an ex-policeman. He was I think he's 6'7" or something. Tall, strong man. Really. When you see him talking with his daughter, was doing so well in America, and his wife, and he's from this Far Eastern European. Very nice man, you know. One day he just at home, and he just said he can't breathe, and that's it. It's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. By the time some of the pastors went there to call an ambulance and everything, and in his home, the man had gone.
Yeah.
So some people having like chest pain, and then double emboli in the chest. But they have survived it. Some have survived it. Some haven't survived it. So these I think now, and by the way, people must know there are a lot of people getting COVID. COVID is really killing people without being talked about, because people think once you've been vaccinated, now you're covered and you're all right. So people don't really protect, the people are not immunizing themselves, immunity in their own natural way. People are not eating well, people are not drinking well, people are not resting well, because they think because they have got now vaccinated, they are free. It's not true. You got to look after yourself. I've had two people, let me tell you, they have got COVID, very, very, very bad one. One went to a Nigerian party and is on warfarin. But when he came back from the party, my goodness, he had such bad COVID positive. And then he's had both vaccines. He said, you know, doctor, everybody was so careless there. Everybody was not wearing masks. They didn't even check our temperature. People were just mingling everywhere. There was no distancing, nothing. Everybody was just anyhow. The party was really not organized. That's what he tried to complain. But that's not the only one. A lot of people are saying the same thing. Then another Asian lady told me the same. She went to this funeral where somebody had died. And she said, you know, Dr. Abe, everybody was behaving as if things were normal. So she came back with COVID, and then she had to isolate for 2 weeks without going to work because she really had a bad COVID. But again, what am I saying? We are not looking after ourselves. We are not really, I mean, anybody can die. I'm not saying we're not going to die, whatever, but we must look after ourselves. People must remember to go and do their blood pressure, their diabetes check, their, ordinary check. If you don't feel good, you must go. If you're overweight, for instance, if you don't lose the weight yourself, go and have yourself checked out for all those things. If you look after yourself and you eat very well, sometimes we can take chances and don't go. But I think a lot of people are taking, I don't know how to put it, Cecily. And Grace, how do you put it? A lot of people, we are not being as careful. In those days when people just used to come as GP face to face, you can pick up a lot of things. But these days, if some people just want a sick note, say, I want a sick note, I'm not going to work, without even wanting to talk more about themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. You just give them the sick note. But now when I do my consultation, I have a chance to tell people, can I see you face to face? I said, book appointment, I want to see you face to face. So I literally force people even to come so that I see them myself, because some people haven't had blood tests since 2012, since 2010, and they're saying, oh, I think I'm feeling a bit tired, I don't want to work. Can you give me a sick note just for a week? I said, no. And when I look in the medical record, they have not had blood pressure done. They have not seen anybody since 2010.
No.
So I personally go to invite them to come. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because some of them are not taking that opportunity and the chance in Britain. Some of them have not had their COVID vaccine. And there's a Black woman who came to my surgery. She had the audacity to tell me, she said, oh, doctor, vaccine. I said, I already had my COVID vaccine. She said, shame upon you, shame upon you. How can you, a Black person and a doctor, go and have the vaccine? I said, why not? She said, don't you know they're targeting us? I said, oh, come over it. I said, listen. And she got COVID and she was in hospital for what? For 4 weeks. After that, she came back to me. And so she was now telling me, oh, I'm so sorry to have been so dramatic and things like that. But that's not a joke. That's not a joke. People should look to, I tell people who are pastors, they should talk in the church. They should talk to their people. They should advise their people. I've been on the BBC, but Cecily, in Reading. I've been on the BBC. I've been talking to people. People must really look after themselves, and there are certain things. If you Google, you can talk about, there are so many people who lecture people on blood pressure, how to preserve your kidney. I was really listening to something so good about kidney and how the man worked it out, CKD regress. And he was talking about the kidney, how you can look after your kidney, what you should eat, what you should not eat. Then sometime I Google and I play on my living television here, even diabetes, hypertension, asthma. There are all these things there. So if you don't want to see a doctor, listen and see what you should eat and what you should not eat.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
We are lazy. Listen, people are lazy. We were just talking about that. People are lazy, even in looking after their own health, let alone in anything else. So
yeah, and even if you're lazy, especially now, if you put it on the living room, you can display some of these things so nicely. And the professors and the physicians have left it so easy. Some of them, the one I was reading, I'll send you the one on if I've got the link, I'll send you about the one on the kidney. It's written, and then the diabetes and the hypertension, how they make it so simple. Even people who are not medically orientated, you can even understand. You can understand how you should protect your kidney. They talk about the potassium, the food that contains too much potassium. They talk about the sodium, the thing that contains too much sodium. It's really nice.
All what we want, all what the mass want is a magic pill.
Magic one.
Yeah.
Even everybody wants to live. Everybody wants to live so badly, and then come to you and have a pill that will sort out the problem.
Yeah,
you know, we all of us talking now, all of us ladies talking now, how many of us are on medication? How many? You know, you find that we are people who are talking, we are not on medication. But you know, the way we look after ourselves, the way we grow up, you know, the man said, listen, the thing that is killing people now, hypertension, although you don't want to talk about smoking. Some people smoke, they are 90 years old. But one of the people in my group where we go to the Rotary Club, the man smokes. He's now 89. He's on Zoom with us. He came to face-to-face meeting with us. He's a smoker. But I think that guy look after himself. You know, they look after themselves. But as you say, the magic pill is not there, even in the time of Moses and the time of Abraham. I don't.
It's not there. And I see our time is gone. It's 2 minutes. I think it has been a very, very productive conversation. Emeka, welcome. I know you've just joined. You've missed most of it.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah, no, very useful conversation. And it's all about, you know, making ourselves literate in most of the things that we know. And that will give us health and wealth. Yeah. Health and wealth is key to our living. And I think to summarize in 1 minute of what we have learned, or just to remind ourselves on financial literacy, think and grow big book that we have been reading. There are at least 5 things we can take away from this conversation. And one of them is avoid emotional spending out of fear and greed. That emotional spending is usually out of fear and greed. And number 2, we need to work to learn. You know, we work to learn. What that means is you don't always need to work in order to be paid. And really what I'm talking about is about volunteering. If you want to acquire a skill, go and volunteer. And the skill you get out of there will be your paycheck. Otherwise, if you wait to get a job out of a skill, you might be waiting forever. And the other important point is you pay yourself first, especially those who work for themselves. Pay yourself first. And even if you are employed and you have got so many bills to go out, make sure you pay yourself first. Otherwise, you spend your life looking for money and then spend that money looking after your health. So think about what comes first. And the other important point is become wealthy. I mean, seek to become wealthy and not rich. Yeah? When you are wealthy, you are rich, but you might be rich and not wealthy. And if you notice the difference, you find that being rich comes with all sorts of issues of life to deal with. But when you are wealthy, you can live your life with less care because you know things are in place. And also remember, like I mentioned in the beginning, the book emphasizes on the importance of, you know, looking for different income streams. And he gave an example of how, you know, a study was done, which came out with the outcome that most of the millionaires have more than 7 income streams. So think about the one thing that you can do that can bring an income to you. And the last important point to crown it all is that when you are determined enough to achieve something and you are willing to try harder to achieve it, no matter what comes in your way, whether you fail or not, you achieve it in the end. Yeah. So do not be stopped by a single failure. In fact, successful people will have failed more than 5 times before getting to where they are. So don't be discouraged by failure. And I think those are the takeaways from the Vic and Grow Rich book for today. Veronica, any last one, and then we are gone.
Mine is to say thank you very much for everybody who attended today. There is never any time lost. We have learned a lot. We have heard a lot. And from Grace, I had something to take home, and I hope when I get to be retired, I would have traveled the world. And Dr. Yes, and Dr. Phoebe, you know, you have opened our eyes about the stories about the ones those have written. Are you with us?
I'm listening.
Yeah. And they have really made me get interested. I would like to get the book.
Yeah, me too. Send it to us.
So, thank you so much for sharing with us. It's was very encouraging. So let us keep on actually, you know, learning from one another.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cicely, for those nuggets from the book. Yeah. Because sometimes it needs somebody to read the books and come up with those small nuggets that could help us. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. Who is this, Chikwe? Emeka?
Emeka.
I know you have just
Emeka.
Sorry about everyone. Sorry I came in late.
Okay, that's okay. Fine. Thank you. At least you came.
I know what you have missed, Emeka. I am going to send you the link for Musa, Dr. Amber's son, who is a young man, has written a beautiful, beautiful book. It has been all over in the news, breakfast news especially. I'll send you the clip of it.
Okay, thank you very much.
And me too.
On WhatsApp, right?
By the way, send me too.
Yeah,
on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
Thank you.
And Veronica, it is in the Added Book Forum.
Okay, lovely.
I sent it there.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
So have a good night, everyone. We meet next month.
Tomorrow.
Cicely, do you have anything that we should do, or we should continue reading the same book?
Let's continue reading the same book.
Yeah.
And if we can share such stories more, I think it makes more, it's more
worthwhile. They can grow rich, Emeka.
Think and grow rich. Who is the author?
Yes. Yeah, you can get it on audio. You can get it. Yeah.
Who is the
What's
author
the title?
Anybody from the Netherlands watching? What time is it in the Netherlands?
Okay.
Who is the author?
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. I have to.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Who's the author of the book?
Bye. Yeah.